Hey everyone, it's great to see you again. I hope you've been doing well. The last time we saw each other, we were still in the session about miracles. Now, just to recap a little bit, we talked about well, not all the miracles, most of the miracles Jesus did, at least the big ones, about how he fed 5,000 people, about how he walked on water, and how he raised the dead. Now, as interesting as the last session was, this next session is going to be, I'd say, a little bit more interesting. We're going to be talking about religion. Now, we're going to be touching on a few different religions. We can't possibly touch on all of them. There is a lot of different religions. But we're going to be touching on Christianity, Hinduism, we're going to be talking about Catholicism, right? We're going to be talking about Buddhism and just a whole bunch of other ones. But for now, I want to ask you a question. Or it's more of a story, right? If you were sent off to a different world and you happened to meet aliens and they said, we want to hear the best religion. We want you to make up the best religion. What exactly would this include? What God would you worship? What would be some of the commandments or some of the rules that you would follow? How would you be identified as this certain religion? I want you to think about it and, you know, maybe pause the video here and like talk with someone about it. But we're going to move on for right now. And we're going to be talking about one one of the most important parts, or an important part of the Bible, where they talk about Paul. It's well, if you have a Bible with you, if you can turn it with me to Acts 17. We're gonna be jumping around. The main passage is Acts 17, 16 through 34, but we're gonna be jumping around a bit. So let me read a bit. Um, While Paul was waiting for them in Athens, he was deeply distressed to see that the city was full of idols. So, Paul was waiting for Timothy and Silas during this time. Just a little refresher. So, he argued in the synagogue with the Jews and the devout persons, and also in the marketplace, every day with those who happened to be there. Also, some Epicureans and Stoic philosophers debated with him. Some said, "What does this babbler want to say?" Others said, "He seems to be proclaiming a foreign dignity or divinity." The Athenians were very religious, or the Greeks in general. They believed in all different types of gods. And because they did, they were always open to hear about them. And that's what Paul is doing here. So now I'm going to skip over to verse 22. Um, then Paul stood in front of the Athenians and said, "I see how extremely religious you are in every way. For as I went through the city and looked carefully at the objects of your worship, I found among them an altar with the description, 'To an unknown God.' What therefore you worship as unknown, this I proclaim to you." So the Athenians were so religious that they even gave a little shrine, maybe. Well, these shrines weren't big. They were maybe just a little rocks and some decorations there. But the fact is, they had a shrine to an unknown god. They didn't want to be. They didn't want to get anyone mad, and that's the thing with the Greeks at this time. They were always willing to listen to the newest ideas, right? The philosophers. They were always willing to figure things out, and Paul appealed to them through that. He used his reasoning to let them know that the unknown god that they were worshiping was the one and only true God. Now, Athenians, much like the rest of us at this time, we didn't really know what to believe. The Athenians didn't know what to believe. Some ended up believing in him, others ended up leaving, the majority ended up leaving. And the next day, Paul was still there, preaching and telling them about what he believed in and how he saw things. Religion is an interesting topic, right? It's one of those things that some people have in their life. Some people find it interesting. Other people find it super easy to follow. While others don't like to be told what to do. They don't like to believe in something they can't see. Others say science is the religion. But the fact of life is, religion has been around as long as humans have. Religion gives us faith, gives us something to believe in. And because of that, we've done many good things and we've done many bad things in this world in the name of religion. But if you come back next week, we're going to be talking about some other religions, like I said in the beginning of this video, and what exactly they have in common and what they don't have in common with Christianity. We're going to be basing off everything Christianity because at the end of the day, this is a Christian video. But we are welcoming for everyone. So please join me next week. Until then, I'll see you guys. Bye.